qualified as a core nation here 3 years ago, and here they are now topping the pool as a core nation. Los Pumas also through to the last 8. Oh, you got to love it. Day 2 in Hong Kong. The South Stand's been pumping since about 8 a.m. this morning. I got former USA Eagles captain Zach Test alongside me. Zach, this is your kind of vibe, isn't it? Great Britain, Uruguay. Big game for Great Britain this. Win this, and they put themselves in a very good position to go through to the last 8. Uruguay, the new boys, looking for their first win as a core nation. So Great Britain, of course, have rebooted as GB. The home nations came back together in line with the Olympic cycle. They had a very heavy defeat on Friday night, but they bounced back against the Blitzboks very impressively, Zach, to give themselves a chance.
Yeah, GB really came out against the Blitzboks and showed their dominance and their ability to win one-on-one battles. Uruguay, new to the series as a core team, will want to make a statement here on the last game of this pool, really flex their muscle on what they've learned so far this year.
There's Max McFarlane. Brilliant try for him in the win over South Africa. Alec Coombs, local boy there in the 20 shirt, born and bred in Hong Kong. So proud to be back here playing for Great Britain. There's their record in Uruguay. A couple of heavy defeats, but they did get that first ever try as a core nation on the series, and that will have given them confidence going into this game. Craig Chan, a local referee, is in charge of this one. And keep an eye on the points difference here in Pool B. GB currently minus 32. South Africa, who are currently below them, are plus 19. But GB did beat South Africa. So if it comes to a 2-horse race out of a pool, it goes down to the head-to-head, which is why GB are in a good position. Uruguay get us underway. Over to the far side. Ferguson lifted high, but it's been flicked back on the South American side, and an opportunity now for Jose Irogui to run into contact. Penalty to the South Americans. Here's the captain, Ardzeo. Gets away from one. Offloads in contact as well. Good opportunity here for Uruguay. What a start for them. Coombs with a high shot on Vinals. Play on, says the referee.
Rolling.
Another penalty to Uruguay. They're over the line and they will get their try.
Come on.
It's Errol Lichtenstein, is it, who's gone over in the corner.
So you're happy with the try or want to check? Okay, I'll check first, all right?
We're going to have a look at it.
Please, Matthew. Try yes or no, please.
Stand by, Craig.
Thank you.
Brilliant start by the South Americans here, really flexing their muscle, saying we're going to come right at you, GB. The captain trying to do everything he can. Oh, and just keeps his foot inside the whitewash.
Craig, I have a decision.
Yep.
You may award the try.
Thank you.
Guillermo Lichtenstein for Uruguay gets the scoring started. That's only the second try they've ever scored as a core nation on the series, and getting the jump on Great Britain here. What a start for them.
Yeah, it all came from the restart. They won the tap-back battle, and then the captain just in-outed 4 GB defenders to create a 2v1 in the corner. And then Lichtenstein flexed his muscle, made sure he was in touch, not in touch, and scores the first 5-pointer of this great contest.
They won the Challenge Series up in Santiago in Chile back in August, beat Georgia in that final to give themselves a chance to be here as a full-time. There's the context. Uruguay, as it stands, up into second spot. So much to play for in this group. It is razor sharp. flung back inside to Ferguson. That was well done by McFarland over on the far side. Morgan gets the ball away to Coombs, and here's big Alec Coombs, the Scotsman, thundering down the sideline, and he will respond for Great Britain. Born and raised in Hong Kong, this fella, before he shifted over to the UK. In front of the South Stand, that is the stuff of dreams.
He will absolutely love that memory. He will look back on it years from now and say, man, that was a great one. But great job by GB and the response after a quick strike from the Uruguayans. They won the kickoff, spread them either side, and then Coombs just opened up the full speed and raced down for the first points for his country.
Conversion, Kalim Barreto just curves away. So remains 5 each. Cracking start to this match so far. Back underway.
Take it out, please.
So what have GB got? Again, Morgan Williams. He's been a bit quiet at the tournament so far, the Welshman. The only Welsh player in this Great Britain squad this weekend is Kalim Barreto. Over to Robbie Ferguson, his captain. That's a loose ball, and it was there for the taking. Vinals.
Just a knock on. You got 2 hands on that. Knock on.
Could have been well clear with the runaway there.
Yeah, just a little too much air under that pass. What a great little cheeky tactical kick on that kickoff, just grubbering. Understand that there was nobody there, but unfortunate for the Uruguayans, they had a free run if he had caught that ball.
Set.
Looks like a superhero. Almost made himself one as well. Ball's come out the back here to Max McFarland. So dangerous, he slips out of one tackle. He's just so strong for a little man. Jamie Barden, Englishman to a Scotsman, Barreto. Just outside the 22. They're going to flood around this near side. Quick hands again from Ferguson. Coombs can't quite take it. It was a difficult ball, but it was good defence again from Uruguay. Looked like Great Britain were onto something there.
Yeah, the Uruguayans just really playing a high-pressured line speed, trying to take away time and space from the Britons. Just a little flick on from Robbie Ferguson. Coombs just couldn't grab the handle. He had a free run into the try zone. Just couldn't have the handle.
I need you guys to be closer.
Remember, South Africa playing France
Don't bind on the shoulder, bind on the shirt.
in this group.
Bind. Set.
Liechtenstein, the try scorer. They get the penalty as well.
Yeah, the Britons there just caught for an early wheel. The South Americans will look to kick this to touch, gain some territory, get out of their half, get their set piece platform on the line out, see if they have a special move that can unlock this British defense.
Stay there.
One thing they like to do is keep the ball alive. They don't want to die with it on the ground. They try and keep it alive, asking questions of those defensive lines.
Ivo Djujonkic, the head coach of this Uruguayan team, looks on from the sideline. It's been overthrown, and it's now into the hands of Jamie Barden, the Englishman for Great Britain. They go in looking for the steal, though, Uruguay, and they win it. That is brilliantly done on the floor, putting his body on the line with some heavy artillery coming down the channel. That was Bautista Basso. Now Uruguay can play again. They're improving in this tournament, no doubt about it, the South Americans, and they've got another penalty harm over the shoulder. That's automatic.
Yeah, just some ill discipline here early from GB. Just getting some free territorial yards to the South Americans. First line out didn't quite go according to plan. Let's see if they change the location of where they want to kick it. Usually the front ball is the easiest one.
Jose Iorgi, another debutant
Line,
in the series for this team. There's a look at the high shot. Yeah, that's Paddy Kelly, formerly of the Glasgow Warriors, with the high shot. Tony Rokes, the head coach of Great Britain, formerly of England. Played here for the England Sevens.
Now stop, time off, please. I need the gaps they have. They didn't move. Let's go. Time back on.
So attacking line out for Uruguay. We're tied at 5 each inside the final 30 seconds of this first half. And they've got a bit of momentum up here again, have Los Teros into the Great Britain 22, but it comes to an end. And poor old Matteo Vinales hadn't had much luck.
He'll be kicking himself after that one. They stretched GB to one edge, and his own man's foot just caused the knock-on. Oh, that's frustrating. Los Teros, they had gone their way into GB's half, but just to give it right back to him.
So you've heard the gong for half-time. What will GB do here? Coming around the corner is Morgan Williams, and Ferguson will kick for Max McFarlane. Look at the speed. Will it set up for him? Oh, it just bounces away. And he gets hoofed into touch by Matteo Vinales. So Uruguay survived before half-time. Close run thing for Max McFarlane, but nothing in this one right now. Great Britain 5, Uruguay 5. Vinales here at the end of the first half. Whacks it into the crowd, and well done that man to put the hand out. Oh yeah. That was broken nose time if he hadn't have deflected that one. Keep your eye on the game, people.
Yeah, get your eyes off of your phone. You never know when the ball's going to come flying into the stands.
Man in the red shirt deserves a drink.
He'll be telling this story for years on end. Hey, pal, I saved your nose on that one.
We need to be wearing masks like Vinales. Hockey masks. We're tied up in this Pool B contest between Great Britain and Uruguay, counting down to South Africa and France, the other two teams in this group. And then into Samoa against Hong Kong. This place just raises the volume when they run out here. And then a huge game to close out tonight between Australia and New Zealand. That's a straight shootout to get to the quarterfinals.
Ready.
But work to do here for Great Britain. Ferguson gets us back underway. Vinales takes it for Uruguay. One try apiece, unconverted in that first half. Uruguay looked a little nervous on Friday nights, their first appearance as a core nation, but they built and built as the tournament's gone on, and they're looking increasingly settled here. Nice quick hands from Vinales there. Little isolated though. Flicks back off the floor. GB appeal for the penalty. They don't get it. So Uruguay still in possession. Thomas Echeverri, his brother Felipe, is over in Europe playing for the 15-a-side team at the moment. And he's the captain, Diego Ardea. Led them so brilliantly in that Challenger Series to become a full-time team on the circuit. Here's Echeverri again. He's gone over to the left-hand side. Big Thomas Echeverri, the 31-year-old, in front of the south stand, gets the go-ahead try for Uruguay.
Yeah, the wise old man had a little bit of deception there on the edge. Just a little bit of ball trickery. Great work by Uruguay building the phases. Oh, and just the deception of the ball fake there. Splits the two Great Britain defenders and puts his team in front here in the second half. Not what Tony Roach would want here in the second half. They know how critical it is to get a win, but also points difference, knowing what contest is coming after this game. Yeah, throws a hard out to his loved ones back home. Great to have everyone watching around the world. We got a great contest in front of us here on day 2 here in Hong Kong. Los Toros putting GB under pressure.
Back underway, 12-5 Uruguay. Robbie Ferguson takes it for Great Britain. Work to do now, down by 7. 5 minutes to go. Here's Femi Sofalaro, often the man who can make the difference. Roddick is off the bench. Williams to Coombs. He's already got one try, and look at him go, thundering down the sideline. Alec Coombs like a tank downhill.
As the famous Chris Boomer said in the NFL, he was rumbling, tumbling, stumbling down the edge. Great deception there to create the 2v1. And a copycat try from their first one. Blowing out everything it takes to score this try for his team here to level this up.
2 tries for Coombs in his hometown. He grew up before going to the UK for his education. That's drifted by, back underway. So still 2-point advantage for Uruguay. It's about 10 to 6 in the morning in Montevideo. Good morning if you're watching us. London about 10 to 9 in the morning. Great to have your company too in the UK. Cracking game here in Pool B. 12-10 to the South Americans. 3:40 to go. Penalty to the British team. Ross McCann. Ross McCann sees some space and just takes the responsibility. Ferguson. Roddick gets away. Does Freddie Roddick. Tackle coming back from Vinal's brilliant defence. Still on for Great Britain if they can reload and get the ball away from the breakdown. And guess who pops up? It's Alec Coombs. He's got a hat-trick in Hong Kong.
Hometown boy gets the hat-trick. Great scramble defense from the South Americans, but it wasn't quite enough. Roddick was almost there. Great cover tackle, but it wasn't quite enough. And a great flick by Kelly to Coombs for his hat-trick. Puts them in front here. 2.5 minutes to go in this contest.
And more importantly, Great Britain are in front by 5 with 2:30 to go. And in the context of this group, there it is at the moment. They're on top. France plays South Africa next. If South Africa beat France, it could come down to a head-to-head between GB and South Africa, and Great Britain beat South Africa if it goes to the head-to-head. Being knocked on, Uruguay will get possession here. Still plenty of time to go here, Zach. Deep in the tournament, deep in minutes in this game. This is where players really start to feel it.
Oh, definitely. Day 2 here, humid. Bodies are feeling it. But the Uruguayans have done really, really well. Like you said, Rupert, they've built their way through this tournament. They're getting more chemistry, getting more comfortable out on this pitch. They've got possession here with 2 minutes to go. Inside their own half, it's going to be about retaining possession. They've showed how lethal they can be on attack.
So just worth iterating, if there's 3 teams level on pool points at the end of pool play, it goes down to points difference between those teams. And GB came into this game at -32, so up against it on that level. If 2 teams are level in the group, that's on the head-to-head. But Uruguay won't worry about any of that. They just want to win this game.
Yeah, one thing you can't do is affect the 9 before he's picked up the ball. You can see what Great Britain's trying to do, just trying to make a mess of the ruck. Just trying to get more South American players to pile in, and therefore they can bring their line speed and put them under pressure. But great kick from the South Americans there to flip the field. Now they're exactly where they want to be.
So Great Britain can ill afford to concede a try here. They need to win this game and hope that France do them a favour against South Africa next. Liechtenstein has it though for Brasilianos now, and look at Alvarez running at pace. Liechtenstein, he's been excellent. Got their opening try. The captain, Ardeo now. This is what they can do, Uruguay. Fine rugby sevens team, 5 metres out. The neutral fans are hoping they can score here. But there's plenty of Brits here in Hong Kong, of course. Carlos Deus sets up a breakdown. Liechtenstein just changes direction. They want to sort of work these narrow channels. 30 seconds to go. Pastore, Deus, Liechtenstein, Alvarez! Alvarez for Uruguay. That is the levelling score, a conversion from right in front. Will win it for the South Americans. Uruguay have beaten Great Britain in Hong Kong. That's what it means, their first win as a full-time nation on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Los Teros turning Rugby Sevens on its head. They have beaten GB by 19 points to 17. Wow, well, I thought GB had that in the bag, but this Uruguay team, what a performance, Zach Test.
They have a never say die attitude. You could just see the fit, the grit and the fight each and every second. Even when they had scramble defense, they weren't going to give an inch to these Great Britain players. Kicked the ball into Great Britain's end, pounded their way, and then Alvarez with the backbreaker gets their first win as a core team here. Beautiful scenes in Hong Kong. You can see how much it means to these men. Blood, sweat, and tears for the Los Teros, and this is what it all means for them. That's why you work so hard in your home training ground, is for these types of moments.
Well, they've done South Africa an enormous favour, Uruguay as well. Los Teros with a huge win in Hong Kong. Congratulations to them. What a comeback. And there's the skipper, Diego Ardeo. What a leader he is. So here's how the pool looks now. Uruguay provisionally in second spot. But South Africa will get to 5 points even if they lose the game. Therefore, it'll be a three-way tie between Uruguay, Great Britain and South Africa. So the Blitzbox would go through alongside France to the Cup quarterfinals. Okay, an amazing win for Uruguay. Let's go downstairs and get some reaction.
Well, we have got an elated Diego Ardeo here. Just incredible. These achievements keep on coming. Just tell us right now what the emotion is within this side.
Well, it's so satisfying for us. Our first aim was to bring this game home. We have some kind of revenge because of the World Cup. It was England, but we took it out as the same. So we looked for it, and we went for it, and we bring it.
Well, Los Teros is a name for many people to keep an ear out for. How do you define your team? What are you about as a team?
Well, I think first of all, integrity and passion. Passion for what we do and for our group. That is mostly a family.
It's an exciting time for Uruguayan rugby, but how big is this as an achievement to beat GB?
This is only a step forward, and we will keep going forward. That's our main goal. Keep evolving and go further and further.
Well, Dr. Ardeo, you've done a lot in your career. This is one notch to advance further on. Thank you very much. Go and celebrate with your team.
Thanks very much.
Diego Ardeo, what a win for him and his team. Vinal's there, who wears the mask when he plays, taking the selfies. Hard to overestimate the significance of this win for the Uruguayans to turn up here in Hong Kong and play these seasoned professionals in the Great Britain team, and to get the win. A quite magnificent performance from Los Teros, one they will never forget. The South Stand have just enjoyed watching Uruguay get their first win on the series as a full-time nation. And this, of course, is the start